많이 났죠?
What do you know about the Sierra program?
Reckless mystery men you guys send in when you can't officially send anyone else.
The Gray Men.
Once upon a time, there lived two filmmaker brothers named Anthony and Joe Russo. Hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, the Russo brothers would get their start on television shows such as Community, Arrested Development, and Happy Endings. Then one day, Marvel hired them to direct Captain America Winter Soldier, which was a big hit. The brothers would then go on to direct other smash hits for Marvel, such as Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. These movies were critical and commercial successes that the Russo brothers thought they could do no wrong, and then they made Cherry.
All good? Next.
And there was a man whose job it was to take everybody's asshole.
Meanwhile, Netflix wasn't doing so well. After canceling a lot of fan-favorite TV shows in favor of releasing cuties on the streaming service, Netflix found themselves losing 1 million subscribers in the past few months, as they hold on to Squid Game and Stranger Things to keep themselves alive. Desperate for a mega-hit franchise to save their company, Netflix sought out the Russo brothers and the writers of their Marvel blockbusters and gave them a $200 million budget in the hopes of making an action spy blockbuster that's just as good as the ones you'd see in theaters. What could possibly go wrong? After seeing Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, I was very skeptical to see what the Russo brothers had in store for the future as filmmakers. I personally really liked those movies, despite all their flaws, and it was very apparent that they were capable of making fun and enjoyable Marvel movies. I even really enjoyed some of the Community episodes they directed in the past, and then they made Cherry.
We had to strip down to our underwear and duck walk the circuit of a big room. The room smelled of balls, unwashed, and feet, ditto.
When Cherry came out, I was just in utter disbelief. You two were just hot off the heels of not one, but two of the biggest blockbusters of the past decade, and then you follow it up with a feature-length 21 Pilots music video without the music. And so I thought to myself, okay, they were probably just experimenting for a bit. Surely their next movie will get them back on track. It's an action blockbuster for Netflix starring Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, written by the same guys who wrote pretty much all the Russo's Marvel movies. How bad could it be? And then they just made yet another generic Netflix movie.
I already don't like you. Right back at you, sunshine.
I could be trashing Netflix for how mid a vast majority of their movies tend to be, but you have to keep in mind that they do release some good stuff every now and then, so it's really hard to tell whether a new Netflix movie would be good or bad, and they just keep you guessing, so at least they got that going for it. As for the movie itself, you should probably go watch No Time to Die instead. There are some good action sequences here and there. I do like how the Russos still employed some of the fighting techniques that they used from Winter Soldier primarily, but at the same time, there's also a lot of CGI schlock that you could also usually find from, well, most Marvel stuff these days. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of drone shots. Like, on paper, it sounds like a cool way to play with the camera a bit, sure, but then they overuse it so much in almost the same way Battlefield Earth overused the Dutch angle, where they take a cool cinematography technique and then just overuse it until it becomes so irritating and distracting that it's actually kind of hilarious.
With endless options for renew, with endless options for renew, with endless options for renew.
Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans are doing literally everything they can to save this movie. Aside from this movie essentially being who's the hotter actor in Hollywood right now, it's kind of weird seeing Ryan Gosling doing a kind of movie like this, especially since we're so used to seeing him in masterpieces like Drive and Blade Runner 2049. With that in mind, this is probably his least relatable role in years. Sierra 6? Literally not me. Ken, though, that guy is literally me. Am I right, fellas? Chris Evans in this movie is okay, I guess. The way I see his character in this movie is that it's kind of like if he played Homelander doing a Nicolas Cage impression, if that kind of role sounds fun for you. Sometimes his performance is so over the top that it feels straight out of a cheesy 90s action movie, and other times his performance is literally saving the movie for being so mid. The rest of the cast were there for sure. Wasting Ana de Armas in this movie is a hate crime, and I will not elaborate further on that. I literally have no idea what the plot is supposed to be. To start, this film is about a highly intelligent and highly skilled spy who goes on the run from a psychopathic colleague after he comes across some shady conspiracies within the CIA. It's a plot that sounds pretty good for a so bad it's good action film from 1996, but because Netflix is in a frantic rush to have their own franchise, they just pretty much fucked that plot up like a nice clean house that gets absolutely trashed in the park. They shove in a lone wolf and cub-ass subplot about Sierra 6 protecting his boss's niece, which for the record would have made for a better movie than the one we actually got, and then there's a Winter Soldier redo with the shady conspiracies going on in the CIA, some of which get unexplained because it would make for some sequels and spin-offs that nobody wants. Netflix literally just canceled First Kill, but will gladly make a franchise out of this mid-ass movie. Piss off. Anyways, I really don't have that much else to say about this movie other than I feel like a very disappointed father. This is the second time the Russos have made a mediocre post-Marvel movie right after Cherry, which literally came out just a year ago. The fact these brothers made Avengers Infinity War and Endgame and would go on to fail not once but twice right after making those movies really concerns me. It's shit like this that just proves Martin Scorsese was right about Marvel movies more and more with each passing day. Check this movie out if you want, and if you enjoy it, then good for you. But once again, you should really just go watch No Time to Die instead. It is a much better and more well-made action spy film. Or you should just binge Stranger Things again, whichever you prefer.
It's called the Midwest because every single thing in it is yeah! That stings!
What is he doing here?
We found your daughter. She's alive.
Remember that horror movie from 2009 about two parents who adopt a child who turns out to be a mentally disturbed, middle-aged con artist from an Estonian mental asylum? Well, they made a prequel to that 13 years later because God knows why, despite the fact that the child actress is now 25 years old. But it's a prequel, so we gotta make her look like a little girl by any means necessary. Oh, and this one's got Julia Stiles in it. Remember her? Remember 10 Things I Hate About You? That was a good movie. It's the Orphan prequel. I had no intention of seeing this movie at all. I've never seen the first Orphan. It's a movie that I absolutely didn't care about. I saw a few seconds of the trailer for this movie, and when I saw it was going to Paramount Plus, I just cared for this movie less. But for some strange reason, the studio decided to release this movie way too damn early in my country, but because we still don't have Paramount Plus, they also decided to release it in theaters, and I was scared for my life, because that would mean I would be watching some direct-to-video schlock on the big screen. But I was dragged to see this, and honestly, it was a really fun experience in the theater, more fun than I ever thought it would be. Yes, the movie itself is still bad, but holy shit, there were so many dumb moments in this that fried my little brain. This is the type of movie that you'd watch with your friends while drunk as fuck on booze. Before I rip this movie apart, I do have one and just one praise for this movie, and that would be Esther's actress, Isabel Fuhrman. She's really good in this movie. You can tell she has a lot of fun playing this character, and despite the fact that this is a movie that clearly did not need to get made, she still gave it her all, even if there were some moments in this movie that felt like she was trying to gaslight gatekeeping girl boss. Haha, look at how this psycho is girl bossing. Isn't that cool? Haha, gaslight gatekeep girl boss, am I right? And everything else just sucks in either a genuine way or an unintentionally hilarious way. First, you have the plot. The plot for the first Orphan wasn't just simple enough to follow, but it was also cleverly written in a way that would allow for the stakes to rise as it goes on. It's simply about two parents who adopt a child who slowly turns out to be a horrible burden for the both of them, paving the way for lots of frightening kills and shocking plot twists. The plot for this movie is that Esther escapes her mental asylum, she got her name from some random missing children's website, and decided to cosplay as her, and then the police in America just conveniently managed to tell this rich family who are coping from their missing daughter, the real Esther, that they found their Esther, despite the fact that the two Esthers literally look nothing alike. And later on, the mother reveals that they know that their Esther isn't the real Esther and decide to keep the secret from the rest of their family, even though their teenage son knows that she's not Esther or whatever. It's needlessly fucking complicated. Any stakes or thrills this movie could have had get nullified once the family find out, and they aren't just dumb, but it takes them a long ass time to reveal that their Esther is not their Esther or whatever. Also, speaking of the plot, hang on a second. Con artist coming from a lower class who disguises herself to fit in with a rich family, only for them to get slowly manipulated later on as they witness murders happening within the family? That's literally the plot of Parasite. You're making an Orphan prequel and your story is literally taken from fucking Parasite. Fucking awesome. The lighting is also shit at times. There's scenes that I shit you not were literally so hard to see, even though this film clearly looks more well shot than other direct-to-video IP schlocks in the past few years. And the characters also say and do a lot of dumb shit that had me howling at the screen. Julia Stiles calls Esther a cycle dwarf, and once again, it was unintentionally funnier than a vast majority of the jokes from the newest Thor movie. By the time I walked out of the theater, I decided to rate this movie on Letterboxd when I discovered that this movie was directed by the same guy who made The Boy 1 and 2, and suddenly everything started to make more sense as to why everything in that movie looked and felt so shit. So yeah, unless you're looking for a movie to watch while wasted with friends, I highly recommend avoiding this one when it comes out on Paramount Plus on August 19th. Go watch the first Orphan, and while it isn't a masterpiece or anything, it sure as hell is more well made and well written than whatever the hell this is. Isabel Furman, I'm glad you got to play Esther again, and I'm happy for you, but yeah, this movie was not very good. It was more fun than The Gray Man, so I guess it has that going for it.
I know, they fuck.
Hope you guys like my reviews for those movies, even though both of them sucked. I'm currently busy at work on my Arcade Fire funeral review, so stay tuned for that, and I am definitely open to reviewing more movies like this in the future. Leave a like and comment below as to what movies you want me to review next, and I am going back to work now. Goodbye, and thank you!